6 games ago, we were wondering whether RCB would win another game. Rajasthan Royals haven't, and RCB have actually won all those 6 games and qualified to the playoffs in what is officially the greatest ever comeback in IPL history for a team to qualify through to the playoffs. What an amazing effort. The celebrations were simply outstanding, and they're off to the playoffs. Nash, talk to me, man. What about that?
Yeah, you summed it up perfectly. What a comeback. What a comeback after they had one
Amazing.
win out of the first eight, lost seven, and the last 6 games they have just blown every team out of the park. Put on some big scores as well, defended those big scores. So we were sitting here at the
Yep.
start of the IPL and talking about the bowling attack, and
Yep.
they hadn't turned up in those first 8 games, and they had leaked a lot of
Mm.
runs. There were always guys who were chipping in the bowling department as well. And yesterday, what a performance yesterday from from right from the top with Virat Kohli. What a guy he is! I mean, absolutely
Yep.
brilliant cricketer, once in a generation. And I think it was Jadeja or Santner. The ball turned really arm's length and went to Dhoni and bounced, and the next ball Kohli
Mm.
pulled out the slog sweep, and it was absolutely brilliant to see. And then in the middle order as well, Cam Green,
Yes.
came out with the runs at a strike rate of 220. Let's not forget Yash Dayal as well. After going for
Yeah.
those runs last year, what a comeback he has had defending that target in the final over against MS Dhoni.
That's what we'll do in this special video of the podcast, is go through some of our favorite reactions from such a great win from RCB. I give credit to their bowling as well. Yes, their batting has been great, but to be able to defend totals at the Chinnaswamy, we know how difficult that is over the years. So that has been a huge win for them.
Yes.
The first reaction I really liked, and I think it just goes away from the playing group for a second and goes through to the coach, Andy Flower. This is from Bharath Ramaraj, fan cricket 12. I really like this. It got a bit tense in the end. I should wait for a few minutes, but Andy Flower is indeed a qualification machine. Trent Rockets, Multan Sultans, Golf Giants, England, or even LSG has found success everywhere, which is very true. For the first time in 10 years and 3 months, I had my doubts over his methods, but he's back to being a gutsy, meticulous coach, my favourite. And even when he was England coach, right back early 2010s,
Yep.
England were a very solid test unit and went
Yes.
to number one in the rankings, and he's found success with every team he's gone to. And the big question I have about RCB now, right, is have they played their final? Because last night was such an event, but they've qualified to the playoffs. Can they get up for another game,
Yeah.
which is the playoffs?
You're worried they were
Um,
mentally exhausted in that game.
that's the thing, right? But I think with Flowers' guidance, I
Yeah.
think they'll be all right.
The biggest positive for RCB is that they have someone like a Virat Kohli in their ranks. That
Yes,
guy is an
big
absolutely
bath.
yeah, exactly, mentality monster. It just depends on how the ballers perform, and that's the key. That's the bottom line. One tweet that I like really is from Sparsh Telang at _cricket Sparsh. He says, from lying at the bottom of the table halfway through the league with not a single soul believing them, which was true. With six
Yes.
wins in 6 matches, RCB have stormed into the playoffs for the ninth time in history. Absolutely unbelievable. And
Mm.
absolutely, I mean, what, again, like we have said so many times, RCB pull these sort of wins every now and then. And I sincerely hope this time they have the legs to go all the way. I'm just
Yeah, same.
just for those couple of people in their ranks who have just given so much for the franchise, Virat Kohli
Yeah,
being one of them.
yeah.
I would love to see his hands on the trophy.
Do you think even the most diehard of RCB fan would have believed
I don't think so.
1 win in 7 games, or 1 win in 8 games with a net run rate of minus
I
1.05? They
don't
would have made it. I
I
don't
don't
think so.
think so. Like they were given, I think, 1% chance at the halfway stage or
Wow.
something like that.
Well,
And
as they said, you can turn 1% into 100, and
yeah,
it's turned out to be the case. Yeah.
yep, yep. And actually, that brings me to my next tweet, um, which is by at Oh Yes Abhi.
Mhm.
765 runs in the World Cup, 708 runs at 156 with 37 sixes so far in the IPL. Top scorer for India in the South Africa Test Series. This after being the top scorer in the World T20 in 2022 and almost 700 runs last IPL. Watching Kohli bat after 8th September 2022 has been magical. And
Yep.
as a massive fan, oh my God, what a story it has been after those
Yep.
2-3 years when absolutely no one gave him a chance. People said he should retire.
Yes.
People put Joss Butler above him as a white ball cricketer. That was the audacity of fans back then. And I'm so glad to see in the last 2 years he has just blown everyone out of the water. And but that's what Virat Kohli does. He does prove he remembers everything, he reads everything, and he remembers things, and he makes it his mission almost to prove to everyone that he is still the
Well,
best.
interestingly, that ties into another reaction from Henki Panty, Surat Pant. He says one of the big factors to RCB storming into the playoffs has to be Virat Kohli getting pissed off with the critics.
Yep.
Hope someone pisses him off in the World Cup. And it has been like that, hasn't it? It's like, okay, you want to continue to criticize me. Here's what I've got. And as you mentioned earlier, right, it's the slog sweep shots against the left arm spin, where left arm spin has probably been a bit of a problem for Kohli over the years in terms of strike rate.
Yep.
But he's really gone after it this season.
I can't wait for the World Cup next month.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Another reaction that I really liked, and it goes back to a game that was earlier in the season where Sunrisers hit 287 against RCB. And who would have thought RCB would have qualified to the playoffs after the first innings of that game? But it was Dinesh Karthik's 83 off 35 balls. And I really like this one from Prithvi at per night underscore. Never forget this innings was one of the major reasons that kept our net run rate in check. And I thought that's such a good point to bring up that innings that got RCB relatively close to the total. I think RCB hit 260 plus themselves, right?
Yeah.
Didn't get, and in the end, they qualified on net run rate. So I thought that was a wonderful observation and appreciation to, I think, what has been a terrific season from Dinesh Karthik.
Last tweet that I want to point out, obviously I've spoken about this before at the start, but it's from Rohit Sankar at I am Rohit underscore SN. When Rajasthan Royals last won a game, RCB were at the bottom in the points table, which is absolutely right.
What a stat.
Rajasthan have lost 4 in a row, and RCB were, relaxing at the bottom of the table. And since then, it's been a wild ride for RCB.
One of those guys, I think, Yash Dayal, as you mentioned last year, hit for 29 in that over, 5 sixes in a row off Rinku Singh, who I thought his Instagram story was just all class.
Yeah.
Unbelievable from Rinku Singh, such a class guy. But I really like this tweet from Joy Bhattacharya. One day you get hit for 5 sixes and cannot defend 29 in the final. Over a year later, you are the hero, bowling a tight final over for just 7 after giving 6 off the first ball. This against the 5-time champion side. Yash Dayal's journey is what makes cricket special. And I think that's a message for all cricketers out there, that you can have a very, very tough day or a tough period, but all it takes is for one person or for one team to believe in you. And that can mean gold for you.
And a lot of people who have ever picked up a cricket ball or played at some sort of level will understand that it takes lots of mental strength to come back from what he went through last year after those five sixes. And yes, it's been 12 months apart, but since you're thrust into that scenario again, thoughts do run into your mind. You start thinking things, and that's where you start, sort of tightening up, nervousness kicks in, and then all hell breaks loose. But to his credit, he's done a fabulous job yesterday against Jadeja and Dhoni, 2 veterans of white ball cricket.
And a 6 off the first ball.
And a 6 off the first ball.
Those memories can come flooding back to you very quickly, right?
Exactly.
But his execution of those backhand slow balls with the wet ball,
yeah,
very impressive indeed. So good on him. Also credit to a couple other players very quickly before we finish this. Glenn Maxwell's performance was unreal. 16 off 5 balls and 1 for 25 off 4 overs. Not spoken about a lot. That was amazing. And I thought as well, Rajat Patita, a key reason why RCB surged up the table into 4th. His batting in the middle order, top notch.
It's been crucial in the middle.
Amazing. Good on him. Good player. And RCB will have to retain him. Congratulations to RCB. Those were some of our favorite reactions. If you like this video, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. You can follow us as well on @CrickBlogPod on X, formerly Twitter, and also Instagram. So check us out there.
And listen to the full episode as well.
Listen to the full episodes. They're on Spotify, and they're also on Apple and also on YouTube. So yeah, we hope you enjoyed this, guys, and we'll catch you guys very soon for a look at the playoffs.